So hello, and we are inside the current model, so we could say 2017 BMW 225xe active tourer plug-in hybrid. This model is only available in Europe. It's not available in North America. That's why we thought we would bring it to your attention in case you'd be interested in having one of these while in Europe, or having one of these to drive in Europe or to buy and drive in Europe. This model has very similar or perhaps even identical technical specifications to the Mini Countryman plug-in hybrid. So basically it's a 3-cylinder 136 horsepower engine together with an 88 horsepower electric motor. So the electric motor drives the rear wheels, the engine drives the front wheels, so together it's an all-wheel drive system. So the total horsepower is about 225 horsepower combined. The car has 3 different modes, and you switch them through this toggle button here.
So we've got the lower fascia, the eDrive button down. So we've started the vehicle on. We're in Auto eDrive. So we're in
the system selects it.
Correct. Yeah. So if we want to come into drive, and we'll move off in Auto eDrive, and what I'll do is I'll bring the iDrive display to show the eDrive function, so we can see what's happening in real time.
So we'll be going left. Or right?
We can go right here.
Right. Okay.
And straight over at the next junction.
So it's obviously very quiet. We're in full electric mode.
So our screen here is showing right now we're actually charging the batteries. There is an element of regenerative braking and regenerative charging under deceleration, so similar to that of the i3.
Exactly.
Well. Yeah.
Is there a way to adjust the force of the regeneration, or it's all just standard?
It's all just standard. So like the i3, BMW have determined that regeneration rate. It's not as immediate. There's not as much lift-off, slow down.
That's right. So you will be using the brake pedal more than in the i3.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Should we go?
Yeah, we'll go straight over and left.
Obviously. So to the range, we were at about 80% of the battery. The electric range is shown right here in the middle of the dashboard.
That's
and
it. So we're seeing
18 miles at about under 80%. So when it's fully charged, it's going to give you about 25 miles range, which is about 40 kilometers range when it's fully charged.
That's correct, and like the other electric vehicles, we'll go left here. The 225xe will adapt to your range prediction according to
your style of driving.
That's it, style of driving, the climatic conditions, how cold, how hot it is outside, and of course how much aircon or heating you're using.
We have to disclose that we're in London, UK. Today the temperatures are about +7. So the range reflects that, and we turned off the climate. So if we turn it on back to automatic, we're gonna lose a couple of miles probably. So let's turn it on to auto. It dropped from 18 to 14 miles. There you go. So there's a bit of an adjustment, not like usual with any electric car or plug-in hybrid. Once the climate is on, it'll adjust your range accordingly. So basically there is 3 drive modes. We're right now in the auto. What's the other mode?
So then the next mode would be Max eDrive. So the vehicle is prioritizing the electric drive only. We can use we're going straight over, and then we'll join Park Lane. So you can drive up to a maximum of 75 mile an hour in Max eDrive. Obviously you're limited by the capacity of the battery there. But if you've got, we have customers that are doing their sole commute from home to work in Max eDrive, and then when they do a longer trip at the weekend, then that's when they might then switch into more auto mode. And we'll move to the far right side once we have the room. But we're still in auto eDrive right now, and thus far our acceleration, our pressure on the accelerator.
It's very peppy in the electric, even though the electric motor is only 88 horsepower, but it's peppy enough. It has a very similar feel to the Countryman plug-in hybrid. It's the same mechanics, but it handles differently. It's definitely more of a BMW feel to it than it doesn't feel like an SUV. It feels more like a passenger car, like a saloon. But of course, what do you call this category? Is this considered to be a minivan in the UK?
We would more classify it as an MPV.
Or like a crossover?
Yeah, like a crossover. So it's actually a really popular form factor in the UK. Growing families that like the the hatchback style, but simply want that little bit more space, but not something as big as a full sort of 7-seater saloon.
And so finally, for our viewers to know what the pricing is in the UK, so it starts after the government rebate on this model is about £2,500.
That's correct.
And the pricing after the rebate is around about £30,000.
Yeah, so well, with the rebate included, we're actually about 33.5.
Okay.
So with that £2,500 that Her Majesty's government very generously provides, and that's based on it being a plug-in hybrid model. Here in the UK, they have now categorised the government grant amounts. So the pure electric i3 and the range extender i3 get the 4,500, which is the maximum available, whereas the plug-in hybrids, they get 2.5.
Okay, so no matter what the battery size is, all the plug-in hybrids get 2,500, and then the pure electrics get 40.
That's it. As long as they're below £60,000. So
okay.
the i8, the 7 Series doesn't anymore.
It's a similar system in Canada as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, then what kind of different cosmetic versions of the 225xe do you have? So we're now inside an M package, basically, or
yeah. So similar to our more standard BMW models, we offer the vehicle in the Sport, in the Luxury, and in the M Sport trim levels, and that determines in some elements sort of design changes. So whether it's the lower bumper, the side skirting, or also the equipment level with the leather interior, the M Sport steering wheel, some sort of little signifiers in terms of details on the alloy wheels, etc. Those are determined by the model trim.
And the panoramic sunroof is a standalone option.
It is a standalone option, exactly.
How much approximately?
It's about $850 for that one.
$850. We're going around.
Yeah, we'll go all the way around.